Hi, we're the Pollinator Protectors. I'm Haley.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Amy, and today we're going to be talking about solitary bees.
Okay, so there are over 4,000 species of bees native to just North America. But today we're going to be talking about one type, solitary bees. These guys are, like their name suggests, solitary, meaning that they only live in their own little home. They don't live in a big hive like honeybees do. Another cool fact about these guys is that the females are the only ones that sting, and the males do not have stingers. This is because that they don't have a huge family like honeybees do, so they don't have that big nest or that big family to protect. And these guys also come in almost every color of the rainbow, so green, red, purple, blue, all those colors. Also, some can have like a shimmery iridescent coloring to them, as well as spots or stripes. People know bees for their ability to make honey. Well, solitary bees don't really make honey. These guys make a honey-like substance, but just for themselves. Real honey is only made by a few species of bees. Most of solitary bees build their homes underground or in like rotting logs. So if you see a little tiny hole, like a perfect dime-sized hole in the ground or in a tree, chances are it's from a solitary bee.
Like Julie said, there are a lot of native bees just in North America. So today we're only going to talk about 3. My personal favorite is the leafcutter bee. They're known for making their nests in tube-like holes and lay their eggs in single-file line. That way, the first egg to hatch is always the one at the entrance and the last one is usually the one at the very end. But occasionally, one will sleep in and there can be a bit of a traffic jam once they start hatching. Even though leafcutter bees are considered solitary, they enjoy the company of other bees and will often build their nests near each other. However, aside from their babies, they don't really share nests. When they are making their nests, though, they actually cut a perfect circle from a nearby leaf, and they use that as their door, which gives them their name, leafcutter bee. And lastly, because they are so gentle, they are often used in greenhouses.
The second bee we'll be talking about is called the mason bee. As is the case with many animal species, female mason bees are responsible for doing the majority of the work. They build their own nests, they gather their own food, and of course, they lay their own eggs. Just like leafcutter bees, mason bees are extremely docile and will only sting as a last resort. If they do sting you, the venom they release is so mild that they're often mistaken for mosquito bites. Mason bees are amazing cross-pollinators. This is because they bounce from numerous branches and trees instead of staying in one small area. As was mentioned earlier, the majority of solitary bees live underground. In fact, about a quarter of these bees don't even bother to build their own nests. They find a pre-made hole and just move in.
Okay, the last type of solitary bee that we'll be talking about today is the sweat bee. These guys are the second largest population of bees, just below honeybees. So these guys are one of the types that build their nests underground or in rotting logs. These guys also only grow about 3/4 of an inch in length. That's about the size of your pinky nail. So these guys don't get too big. Many of these guys are often metallic-y green with red or yellow stripes. These guys collect pollen and nectar just like other bees do, as well as collecting salt and moisture for their diets. This is where they get their name from. They drink the sweat off of animals and humans. If you're in the summertime and you're all hot and sweaty and there's a little thing buzzing around your head, don't panic. It's just a little sweat bee. He's just hoping for a little drink, so let him do his thing, leave him alone, and he'll be out of your way in no time.
So, why are solitary bees so important? Well, just like honeybees, they're pollinators. However, unlike honeybees, solitary bees lack pollen baskets that they use from transporting pollen. Because of this, solitary bees carry their pollen on their bellies, meaning each time they visit a flower, they lose far more pollen than honeybees, which makes them much better at pollinating. In fact, one mason bee can pollinate the same amount as 120 honeybees. So then, why is pollination important? I'm sure as you know, pollination is critical for plants' breeding and growth. Without bees, pollen is less likely to get from plant to plant. Although there are other ways for pollen to spread from flower to flower or plant to plant, such as the wind or other animal species, bees are always the best at it. If solitary bees don't pollinate, flowers won't bloom, trees won't grow, and many fruits, vegetables, nuts, and even treats like vanilla, chocolate, and coffee will disappear.
So how can you help? Well, one way is by building a bee house. Bee houses can be built with many household items, such as tin cans, straws, and scraps of wood to accommodate different bee species. Another way to help the local bees is by planting a pollinator garden. For more information on how to do these two projects, visit our website at pollinatorsprotect.wixsite.com or our Instagram at ne_pollinator_protectors. If you have any questions or comments, send us an email at pollinator.protectors3@gmail.com. Thanks for watching!